From this point, we're going to talk about using three specific types of function, the average, max, and min functions. There's 6 methods that we can use to enter in functions. One is the keyboard or mouse, which we're very familiar with. The other one's the formula builder button in the formula bar, which means that you can just type in the bar up there the formula. The auto sum button arrow, which we've used in Unit 1. Insert button in the function group on the formulas tab. Some of you may have used this as you've been clicking and experimenting in Excel, but most of us have not. Function command is the 5th one on the insert menu, and then 6th is the name box area in the formula bar. Now, obviously, the method you're going to choose is going to depend on your typing skills and whether you can recall the function name and the required arguments and all that kind of stuff. So, it doesn't matter to me which method you use to enter in the functions as long as you know how to do them. So, I'm not going to tell you on the test specifically you have to do it this way. I'm just going to tell you to use this function. Okay, in the practice exercise, we're going to actually cover 3 different types. We're going to do the keyboard and mouse type. We're going to do the formula builder button. And then the last one we're going to do is the auto sum button. So we're going to select the cell that we want to contain the average. And in this case, it's going to be C14. And we're going to start typing equals AV. And notice that the autocomplete list, the formula autocomplete list is going to start popping up. And so then that way we can just arrow down or highlight and click on the average. And it automatically puts that part in there. Then we're going to select the range to be average. So it's going to be C4 through C12. So click and drag through C12. And then all we're going to do is just hit the enter button. And so that way we have the average done. Next we're going to determine the highest number. Now you say, Miss Brown, I can look at this list and I can determine that the highest number is 3. Okay? Why do I need to enter in a formula? Well, the whole reason why we want to enter in a formula for the highest and lowest or the min or the max is because if we were to ever go in and make changes to this workbook, we would have to go in and manually enter in the change for the highest or lowest. But if we go ahead and do the function, then when we make changes up here, if the highest or lowest changes, it's going to automatically do it for us. So that way we don't have any mistakes. So we're going to select the cell that we want to contain the maximum number, which is C15. Mine's selected here. We're going to click on the formula builder button in the formula bar. So if you come up here to formulas, and then we're going to come over here to formula builder. We're going to go ahead and click on that. This formula builder box is going to pop up, and we're going to go ahead and double click on the max function. And notice that it automatically does the function equals max C14. We want to go ahead and type C4 through C12 because we want the max to be out of this range, not out of the one above us. So we're going to do C4 through C12. And notice that it highlights it so it can see that we're changing the argument for that. And it also shows up right here in the box as well. We're going to go ahead and close that one. So that was the second method, was the formula builder. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and do the third method, and we're going to determine the min. Oops, see, I get click happy here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and arrow out of that. Then we're going to come back over and we're going to click on the lowest. And here we're going to determine the lowest number using the auto sum button. And remember, you could say that the lowest is 0 or 1 or whatever it is, but we want to actually put that in. So we're going to go ahead and select C16. Mine's selected. We're in the standard toolbar. We're going to do the auto sum button. So we're going to come up here and we're going to click. And we want the min. So we're going to go ahead and click on the min function. Then we're going to click cell 4. And then we're going to go ahead and click to cell click on cell C4 and drag down to C12. See, and down here, when you start getting click happy, then mistakes happen. So I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of the C4 plus because we just want the min of C4 and we want actually through C12. And then we'll just enter out, and so obviously the lowest number there would be 0. Alright, now we're going to actually copy a range of cells across the columns to adjacent range using the fill handle. So how we're going to do this is we're going to select the source range for which we want to copy in. So in this case we want to do C14 through C16. I'm sorry, wrong way. C16. Then we're going to drag the fill handle and we're going to drag it all the way over to column J. And notice here that it's automatically figured out the average, the highest, and the lowest in each one of these columns because we've entered in the formula over here. Otherwise, we would have to manually go in and enter each one of these numbers in. So look how much time it saved us doing that. Alright, last thing that I want to go ahead and do is use the range finder. And this is going to be to verify a formula using the range finder. So we're going to double click cell J4. And then we're going to press the escape key to quit the range finder. Now the range finder is going to actually check which cells are referenced in the formula assigned to the active cells. So we can see here, and also, you know, the colors coordinate here as well with what is typed or written over here to the side. Now to get out of the rangefinder, all you have to do is go ahead and click escape to quit it, okay? Because if you click, it's going to add it into the formula. So make sure you hit the escape button. And then we're going to go ahead, and you can do that to any of them, okay, to see what's going on in there. Now, another way we can do that is to look up here at the formula bar as well. Go ahead and save this and make sure this is loaded into My Big Campus if you haven't been saving as we've been going along.